Right, I'm back. I'm in Richfield, Utah. I've driven down about 2.5 hours south of Salt Lake to catch this town for you. I think this is going to be one awesome tour. I think you're going to love it. The storyline on this town is awesome. The evidence in this town is awesome. I'm actually right now on Center Street and Main Street, right here in the center of town. And basically I'm going to take you on a tour of this town, and we're here to look for evidence that this town was already here before they said it was. And so we're just going to start right here. I'm going to take you around Main Street on this town and Center Street, show you some awesome buildings. But look what we have right here, guys. Like, this is crazy. So basically what we're looking at here is, this is the, here, let's just take a look at this. So here's your ground level, right? But when you look in there, they've built this up inside there. Do you see that? They built that up because for the same reason that they've done this right here. They built this up inside here to get some light down into what was very likely the original first floor on this building. So let's just take a look at that. This is right in the middle of town, right here. Boom, you walk down. Look what you would have if the ground level just went right along there. You'd have an arch sticking up out of the window. But what do we actually have? We have a huge doorway. And just wanted to just get this for you real quick. Look at this, guys. Big old thick arch. It looks like they've done something funny here. And let's just see if we can get in there at all. See what we can see. Just amazing. Two big doors. And to give you an idea, that's 8 feet right there. So these are almost 9-foot doors down here in the basement. Brick going all the way down into the ground. You can see brick down here, brick down here. There's some stone in here. And you've got that old yellow brick that has some of that red still to it. Going all the way down into the ground like that, guys. And it looks like they basically dug it out and they've put this wall in, but this wall started to fail here. And not seeing any brick inside that hole there. But there's brick down in here as well. Big old window underground right here. So interesting, right? So let me just see if I can see anything in here. What do we have down in there? We have brick back in there, guys. Unbelievable. So cool. And you have a window above this door here. I'll show what you can see in there. Doing the best I can for you here. And then you have some really crappy wood. This is all like drywall, looks like, or something really crappy. But this used to be one big old arch. I mean, if I'm standing down here and if this was the original ground level, it looks to me like we are about 9 feet maybe below the ground level there. Isn't that something? Right here out in the middle of nowhere. That's what I like to do on this channel, is basically take you to a town out in the middle of nowhere. It's just a small town out in the center of Utah, probably about 160, 170 miles south of the main cities, Provo and Salt Lake City. Just take you out in the middle of nowhere and look for evidence of mudflood. And what do we have right here? Look at what we have right here, guys. we have a blocked in window right here. You can see the header right there. You can see that they patched that in and made a vent out of it. So interesting, right? And but the truth is, and I have no doubt about this, that there used to be an arch like this right here, right there. And they basically broke that arch out and they put a header in right there, is what it looks like to me. And I bet you all of these windows used to be arched. And you have that beautiful brickwork up there. I think it's called dogtooth. Just don't make it like that anymore, do they? Beautiful work. And we have another blocked in window right here, right below this big window right here, guys. Isn't that interesting? And then right here, we have another blocked in window right here and another one right here. And what that leads me to believe is there used to actually just be two windows maybe above here that were made into a larger window that we're looking at now. And they put a vent in that one there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 huge blocked in windows, 5 right here below this big window, same size, with a vent in it, 6 right here. And you know, how many people do you know that have blocked in their basement windows? So let's go around back. I'm gonna take you over to this building over here. It looks like an old church, but it has all kinds of what looks to me like mudflood evidence all around it. It's really stumpy little church there. And so when you look at this, right, just look at what you're looking at. You've got a window right there blocked in. And if you look at the inside of the windows right here, right? So let's just trace that around. Boom, it comes in right there, guys. Is there another window underneath this set of stairs? Is this set of stairs hiding an old door or window? I believe it absolutely is. They've got another arch right there above this door that's been blocked in. And isn't that interesting that we have an arch right there, and everywhere else that we have squared off. All along the backs we have these arches. And you can kind of see a little bit of a difference of the brick, a little bit lighter brick around the sides, and then it gets tied into this other brick. They both look really old. You see that? So let's keep going here. So let's check this out. So we have, look at that, guys, right there. You see it? We have an arch right there. You see the huge arch? Used to be a huge arch window right here. And you've got brick coming all the way down to this level right here, underneath the ground. So interesting. On this side we have a rock coming up, but there is a big old arch right there that's about 6 feet wide. Awesome. All right, let's keep going here. We've got another arch right here. Ground level window inside here, you see that? Right behind these AC units. And we have a huge big old arch right here. So interesting. Some more there. Really interesting building here. All right, let's keep going. Another big arch right here with a smaller door up there that they've made. And we've got a stucco building here that used to be brick. Let's see if they left us anything here. So nothing really going on here, but we do have these arches, the same size arches. And look at this. Isn't this interesting the way that they put this in? So you've got cinder block going around the perimeter of this step here, and you have concrete over the top of it, which tells me that's hollow inside there. And there's another door or a window or something right below this door right here. Wow, they just cut this in, big old arch right here, arch window. And then just imagine what we're looking at here. So you've got your old world arches, and just so you know, like, you see arch windows anywhere, that's a good sign that what you're looking at is older than what our civilization built. It's just something to think about. It's not guaranteed, but look at that. So you got these arches here, and then down here they've put this thing along the bottom. And is there, if we were able to peel away at that, would we be able to see some blocked in windows there? I think we absolutely would, as we've seen over here. So just really, really cool. And all right, so down the side, can't really go in here any further than this, but you have these arch windows back here. And not really seeing anything along the bottom. So there's the side of this building that's been stuccoed on the back side right here. And you can see how these windows right here, they match up perfectly with these guys right here. Just really cool. So let's keep going. Let's go along the back, we'll go along the front. Got something going on here to get something going on. You're gonna love the front of this building, guys. Got a old coal chute right here. More of this drain, I guess it's for the rain gutters. Cinder block down the back. They blocked in a door here. I wonder if there is brick behind there or not. So then, yeah, we've got cinder block all along this backside. So let's get up front. I want to show you something pretty crazy. Look what we have here. Go right down the side. And it is cinder block. I wonder if it's tied into brick on the front, but you have a door down there that's below where I'm walking by about 9 inches. All right, before we head back, I'm gonna take you over around this old building right here. Looks like they've turned into a hotel, and now the hotel's closed down. But look at this beauty. I don't make them like that anymore. Big old arches, just gorgeous. Let's see what we can see here under these. Can't really see much in there. I guess the days of hotels are over with Airbnb. I haven't stayed in a hotel in a long time. So interesting. Just beautiful, right? Who knows what we're looking at here? That's concrete down there. And so let's see here. Got your stone down along the bottom. And 1, 2, 3 courses there, but look how much further it goes in there. Hard to say what you're looking at. Blocked in, partially blocked in, blocked in. What a beautiful building. So then you've got your brick that sits on top of the stone there, and then it comes, goes a little bit lower down over here. It's interesting. Block this in with a swamp cooler, block that in with a swamp cooler. And arches all over the back. Huh. I'll be right back. I'm gonna come around. All right, so we're on the back side now. You can just see how it is, what we do. Put our crappy, cheap stuff up against their old, beautiful stuff. A big old arch right there. Look at that. Not every building needs to be mud flooded, you know? Doesn't mean it wasn't here. Look at this brick, goes straight into the ground right there. Got a big old arch there, see it? Sits underneath this awning there. Got another big, beautiful arch here, blocked in. This brick that just doesn't go away, just doesn't deteriorate. Just amazing, right? So I'm gonna take you back over here to where we started. I'll be right back. Okay, so it is tied into brick, and they've kind of hid that, how they've brought those together right in this metal here. So that's interesting. And let's just look along the foundation to see if we see any clues here. I wonder if this is old or it's all been wooded over. So let's get over to that first building where we were at, because I want to show you some deep underground windows. Sorry about that, I don't know what happened. Had to come back here. I want to get this building for you right here on the way to see this pavement light over here, or at least what used to be pavement light. And you can kind of see that this whole area right here, I think highly likely had pavement light at one time. I'll show you why in just a second. But look at this interesting work right here. Does that look like something that we would build? So interesting. Looks like we've put another layer of brick around this baby. Maybe kept some things that we found, but it's really interesting, isn't it? Let's see what we can see in there. Looks like fruit, like kind of like Venetian Bacchus type fruit drapery. Big old arch with a window there, 8-point asterisk. Turn this into a appliance center. Look at those beautiful arches. I mean, these pillars all over it. Interesting, isn't it? Huh. Okay, that's where I wanted to show you right here. So you've got these grates right here. Got cool air coming out of there. This is why I think that there was some of the glass sidewalks in this area. I don't know why so that goes deep. Look at this right here. This is a better view right here. Let me see if I can get in there for you. Look at what you're looking at there, guys. That is straight up deep. Let me see if I can get this. Telling you, that looks like, I mean, there is a literal, that is literally a underground. That's like an underground. Maybe there's a tunnel underneath here, but there's definitely a vault underneath there, and it goes into this building right here. Look at this tile work right here. So there's literally what used to be. This gets us right over where we were talking about right here. Look at that. Wow. Look at this. Look at that door. Huge door. goes up quite a bit. It looks like it goes up about 12 feet to the next floor. So yeah, that's right. So we've got literally windows underground going into the building, little entrance right there. So it's literally a tunnel underneath this sidewalk. Let me see if I can hold this tight enough to show you. But basically you can walk underneath there, guys. And it looks like you can enter the basement of this building right here as well. And that goes down there deep. So isn't that interesting that you've got these prism glass right here shooting light into the basements. You've got what used to be more, but they've tiled over it, shooting into the basements. And then this is where we just started. So I'm gonna take you down this way over here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just crossed the street. I'm gonna take you down the front of this building. And you've got a bunch of brick buildings. You got some of them stuccoed in. Got little plates up against the building, kind of interesting. And again, you got that sidewalk that goes all the way down here. The question I have is, was there pavement light all the way along this, or what was going on here? This is just really interesting. So the storyline on this town is that it was founded in 1864, so right at the end of the Civil War. Isn't this interesting? Let's go ahead and take a look at this while we're here. So look at that. You've got these short little bricks. These bricks are only that thick right there, covering up, but you've got a patch right there. You see that? And you have another patch down here. And you have these areas here where they've made it easy in case there's a leak. As far as I'm concerned, they've made it easy for themselves to break that out just enough to patch a leak if some patch fails. This is crazy. So yeah, this is just a really, there you go, right there. This is just a facade break. Look at that, guys. We have a stone building underneath this beauty. Literally hewn stone building. This is a hewn stone building that they've covered up with this garbage. Isn't that amazing? And they put this garbage brick that's only about, looks like about a ½ inch thick, maybe 3/4 inch thick. That is something. Same over here. So these are stone buildings and covered up. So let's go back around the front. We'll come back around this way. But literally, they've blocked these ground level entries in, and they do look a little short. So that's about 7.5 feet to the top of this brick here. And these are interesting right here. They just don't look like something that we would put in. Let's see what we got here. So you've got brick underneath there on the front, tied into, maybe that is stone up there. Hard to say. Look at that beautiful cornerstone. This is a type of coin it looks like, kinda. Makes you wonder if they chipped away at the side of it when they put this in, if that went all the way around. Look at that beautiful work on the eaves. Looks like they've painted this brick actually, so hard to say what we're actually looking at, but there you go. That's exactly what I was wondering if we'd see around the side there, and these big old doors with windows on top. This is all us in here, this retro looking brickwork. see if we can see anything on the top there. A lot of times you'll see the arch windows down the sides. So yeah, just beautiful work. Let's keep going. I'm gonna take you over to this bank over here. I think that's been facaded as well. Just a beautiful, what looks like old world bank. You've got all the stairs going up to it, and maybe hiding that mud flood level. We'll go check it out and see. So yeah, this is the storyline on this was it was founded in 1864, and right here on Main Street there's the first building that they built, which they called a dugout. And so they lived in a hole in the ground is what they say. Uh-oh. Wind caught my thing there, sorry about that. But you know what, this looks like this is a complete facade job over a pre-existing brick. It's thick. You can see how far that goes in. It goes in, it looks about like 20 inches. But you can see what's happening there. It makes you wonder if there's a patch underneath here that's failing, which is why we're getting that cracking. Let's keep going. Oh, I'm gonna take you over to this beauty right here. Look at that. Really cool. And also, if you notice, they've done some of that crappy facade brick on this building. But look at that, you got that vent right over there, right below these windows. You got that coal chute right below that window, and you have another barred-in window over there below that window. Vents below every window, and they're all blocked in down there. So this is gonna be cool. In fact, I saw this building right here for sale on LoopNet, and I want to say that it was only priced at $30 a square foot. So I called, and it had already been put in contract. Look at that right there. Isn't that interesting? Looks like there's a patch there, literally. Like they had to do some work on that and they put it back in. But is there an old window right there? Which is why they had to do that. Maybe a car accident did that. It's possible. Look at this. So we've got a plate right here. So you got a plate right up against the building there. You've got an arch. Looks like this has all been facaded with that same crappy 3/4 inch thick brick with arches all over it, blocked in. I mean, like, it's really interesting, right? All these blocked in windows everywhere. All this cheap, crappy brick that they've used to hide what's ever underneath there. Real brick in the insides of these. Fake brick around them. This is probably an old stone building. Same crappy brick on the inside. So interesting. Let's just keep going here, see what we see. Another arch right there that's covered by that sign. All this has just been blocked in, repurposed. Huh. So yeah, the first building in town was a dugout, they say. And then there's a war that took place in the area between the Mormons and the Black Hawk Indian tribe. And the Mormons got kicked back for around 5 years, and they came back and resettled this area. And the question is were they fighting over these buildings? These stone buildings is where we were. But isn't that amazing? Like, why would you want to cover over that beautiful stone building with this garbage? Other than if you're trying to hide something at the lowest possible price. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Look what's happening to our work right there. You can just see, look at that, it's just garbage. So sad. Let's see if I can get away from this. And they have some painted in arches over there. It makes you wonder if there really was arches on the back of that at one time. And then you've got all these arches along the back here. Let's keep going, just see if we missed something. I'm gonna take you over to this church over here and we'll go from there. So, just more of the same, guys. They literally covered this whole building in that half-inch brick, whatever it is. And look at that. You have brick up above, and you have this cinder block down below, and then it goes back down to what looks like brick below there. See that? And another blocked in window. 1, 2, just a bunch. All right, that takes us back to where we started over here. I'm gonna take you over to this church over here. I'll be right back. All right, so let's check this out. Hard to say what we're looking at, really. Richfield Parks and Recreation parking. So that's this. This is the public library, isn't that awesome? So let's just take a look at this and see what we think about it. I'm gonna go around on ground level so we can really see what we're looking at here. This is probably one of those Carnegie libraries. But look at that. You have to go down into it. Just like over here where we started. Right over there is, right over back there behind the trees is where we started. And look at these. You got these big old windows that have been kind of blocked in, and put these stupid little tiny, our size door in there. And so you can see that's 7 feet. That's coming on 10 feet right there, down there. The height of these windows down here. And look, they set right below these other windows right above. And I think that this is probably, I don't know if this is new brick or not. It's kind of got some of that melted looking brick to it. You see that? And I heard that there's only one brick company that was making this melted looking brick, they say. I'll try and find the link to the video and put it in the description. Really interesting though, isn't it? Look at this, ground level windows. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. So it's not a church, it's an old library. But if it rains, it's gonna flood the basement. Wow. Let's take a look inside this hole and see if there's any clues. Unfortunately, not really seeing any. So, kind of made it look like prairie style up here or something. But this could be original. I don't know. Another vent right here. Kind of like the first one, not really able to see anything there. Hey, how's it going? So look at these doors. Really beautiful work, aren't they? The arches here. See if there's anything, what's going on the inside. So they've just drywalled over everything, and you walk straight down into that level down there. See that? And walk straight up to the other level. As if, well, I mean, I guess split level, huh? Yeah, this dang wind, this thing's really touchy. So, keep going here and see if there's anything behind these bushes here. So they basically just raised up the foundation there and made sure on this side that the water's not going to affect that, I guess. But was there another door right down in there at one time? Just interesting. Look at this. Interesting, isn't it? So weird. Let's go see what the storyline on this building is. So built in 1913-14. Richfield Carnegie Library is one of 23 Carnegie libraries in Utah. Well, there's actually over 2,000, but here it says 1,650 Carnegie libraries. But if you go to Wikipedia, I'm pretty sure it says 2006 or something like that. So that is the library in town. Makes you wonder if there's something else here and they threw that in. Let's see if there is a vent back here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, not gonna have any luck there. So, all right, I'm gonna take you over to another part of Main Street. I'll be right back. Well, I'm just walking back to my car, and I have to show this anyways because it's just wild. And why is this way? But you notice you step down about 4 or 5 feet to get in that building, and the same thing here. You come down and you come down into here to get into this building. So it makes me wonder if this is an older building that they've redone right here. Just interesting. Let's go look around it real quick, just see if we see anything. Oh, you have another entrance right here going down. I just think it's strange. You know, it looks new around the outside, but I can tell you this, you go through my videos and many times you're gonna see the a new building with old yellow brick hidden behind it when we find a hole in the side or something like that, or a vent or something like that. So that is the some utility office, Richfield City Center. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so we've done this 2 blocks right here. I want to take you to this building that we were looking at. Look at these interesting patches in the side of this beautiful building right here. Now, I think this building was for sale for $30 a square foot just a couple months ago on LoopNet, and probably the lowest price per square foot building in the whole state of Utah at the time. But look at that right there. Let's see if we can see anything in there. Hard to say if we can see anything in there. Looks like brick back in there, actually. See that? There used to be a window right there, just like the first building that we started on. And just interesting, got another one right here. Look at this beautiful work on this building up here. Interesting thing about Richfield is, and I'll show you on the screen the populations, but look at the storyline that they're trying to feed us, that in 1870, there was 4 people living here. And then in 1880, I think they said 1,200 people living here. So in the first decade, the population went up 300 times. But in the last century, it's only went up from about 2,000 in 1900 to 6,000 in 2000. So just a bunch of bull crap, right? Look at this beautiful arch right here. Probably this is a fake foundation that they've put along the bottom of this. This whole building was for sale. I want to say it's around 12,000 square feet for $300,000. I think that puts it at $30 a square foot. Look at that. You got concrete in the back here. Highly unlikely. And they pretty close match up with these windows here. But you can see that we have two different bricks here. Got the old yellow brick, looks like. And maybe this was repurposed yellow brick that they built this back piece on with. And you've got your arches in the back there. Well, at least you got your arch that they failed to get rid of right back there, giving the building away. That this building is different than what they're telling us. And then you've got your squared off windows everywhere else. And let's go back and just verify that real quick. I didn't see any arched windows around the sides of this building. Nope, they're all squared off. And if you go to my Corrine, Utah video, it's probably within the last 10 videos. One of my favorite videos that I've videoed was in the very beginning of the video. I was able to start at this building. At the very end of the video, I just happened to be able to go inside that, and you could see what they did. And look, there's another arch right over there that's been blocked in or whatever. They put this crappy, this is us right here, this is what we do. And it showed how they didn't break the arches out, they just covered over them with a square in some cases. And so do we see arches down the side over here? Those are squared off as well back in there. See? So kind of interesting, isn't it? So let's keep going. So we've got arched windows. These they've traced the old original windows on this guy with stucco. And you can see what we were originally looking at here. Sad. Must have been really pretty. And you got an arched, well, yeah, you got a huge arched door right here that we've put our size door in there with a window above it. Quite amazing. And it looks like we have something going on right here. You see that? So there used to be something right here. You can kind of see that crack going up with it. So there used to be an entrance right there. Let's just keep going here. Funny little doors here. Let's see if we can see anything down the side of that. Yeah, you sure can. Look at that. We've got an arch, little arched something down the side of that. Little tiny window. Maybe they re-bricked over it, traced it. Let's keep going. Stuccoed here. And this looks like adobe. You've got this plate right here, but look at this. You've got your plate right here on top of all this. Let's take a look at what we're looking in there. They've got a bunch of utilities underneath there. Hard to say what's underneath there. Interesting. So they've just stuccoed over all of this. Look how thick in that goes. That's a brick building that they've just slapped stucco all over. And look at this. That's interesting. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So yeah, you got a full-size 7-foot door way underground here. Really interesting. Interesting work on that concrete right there. Looks kind of like stone, don't it? So yeah, you walk right underneath that sidewalk right there. And this is interesting. Who knows what we're looking at there? Could be a facade brick over something older. Look at this old building right over here. Show you what I'm talking about here. Just right there. Interesting. Makes you wonder if we're looking at an older building there that they've put a new brick over. I'll go check it out, and if there's something there, I'll show you. And that takes us to this end of this block here. And so now I'm gonna take you across the street over to this group over here and behind them. But not a whole lot to look at here. Don't see anything major here on this side, so I'll be right back. All right, so we were just across the street here. These buildings right here, hard to tell what you're looking at till you get to about right here. And they basically use cinder block over the whole backs of all of these buildings. But you got your old world arches in the front of this building right here. Probably was in this, they squared it off with this garbage, if you look at it. And just really pretty. See what they've done on the inside. So it looks like they're redoing something on the inside here. And you've got your wood floor, so you've definitely got the basement in there. But let's just go around this and see what we think. Got this old theater, and look what they've done here. You've got your old yellow brick here. And then they put all of this modern crap all around it. And you know, it just wouldn't surprise me at all if this theater was already here. They just decorated it up. I want to take you down this alleyway right here, but before I do that, just kind of take a look at this. This is what we're missing right here, is this more modern type stone facade over a stone building. Actually, guys, look at what we have here. And this is a hewn stone building right here, and this looks to me like this is our work right here, possibly over a pre-existing brick building. So what they did is they slapped some concrete up against the pre-existing brick and then just laid this brick on top of that new fake foundation right there. That's kind of the thoughts. But look at this beautiful building with stone arches all over it, blocked in along the bottom. New concrete foundation. That's not original. They didn't build this hewn stone building on top of a pebble mixed concrete foundation. So really interesting. And they have windows in these. Just kind of interesting that they have these windows. And these are really low windows, if you think about it. So then you got your cinder block down the back. So let's just go around the backs of these buildings real quick. We'll head over to the next block. And it's just really not pretty work at all on this building. It looks literally like they just, you got your old coal chute right here, but it looks just like they just slapped brick up. They didn't really care what the grout looked like. It's really not very attractive. But get back behind it, and what do you have to do? You have to walk to get in there. See if there's anything behind here that we could look at. So yeah, you have to walk down 3 feet to get in that door. Look at this. This door is cut off just like this. It's like really interesting. Got an old brick building behind here. And hello? Knock, knock. Hello? Oh, no trespassing. So brick building back there that they've redone over. Interesting. So that's that. Just really interesting backside here. And let's go over here and check the rest of this out. I think there's something interesting over here. yeah, you've got all of these arches, these brick arches. So we came down this walkway. You've got the stone building over here with the cinder block back, shack on the back. And yeah, another cinder block building. And is that covering up something? But you step down to get into the door there. You see that? And got another door here in the cinder block. And you've got this old brick building with this old yellow brick. Again, this looks like it's newer mortar in between the bricks, but you have arches, or you have an arch back here, and then you have, let's go next door right here and just see what we're looking at here. But you walk down to get into this as well with that yellow brick, and you have your vents right below some of these windows. Big ol' arch. And I don't know what these things were up here, but there's 3 of them there. And you've got your vents here. Not sure if we can see anything in there. Yeah, you can see brick back inside there. Interesting. You got another one right here. And you've got your big old door back here with another big arch window. And you have, oh, look at this, this is cool. You've got your yellow brick, and you've got more brick back in there. You see that? So, interesting. And you've got a huge patch. You can see the big old arch right here that used to be, well, it's bigger than that arch over there. Big old arch door that used to be right here that they've just patched that whole square in. And this is cool. Let's see what they've got down here. Now, that's interesting. This is like an Indian restaurant or something. There's a bunch of people in there on the way around. Isn't that interesting? Got this little walkway in between these buildings. And I'm not really seeing anything, but I am seeing that brick kind of goes down a little further back in there. And that's that. Let's see here. Well, there's an arch right there. It's been blocked in. Looks like it used to be the door. Yellow brick, the old yellow brick. And here you've got your Zion's Bank over here. And that has an interesting feature on it. I'm gonna show you. You know, so you've got brick right all the way down to there, right there, the old yellow brick. So that takes us around to the front here. I want to go show you this building right here. Let's see if we think this building was facaded or what, because it's got this weird grate right here. Holy cow, that goes down there quite a ways. So you got these ground level windows where they dug this window well out, and done it again here. These deep windows. You know, hard to say what we're looking at here, but did they just re-facade over an old building here? Because you do have the foundation that comes out, and you do have these windows, or these little patches in line with the windows, like they facaded over this and did something different. It's kind of what it looks like. But these old world lamps, it's pretty. U.S. Geology Survey. I don't know what it's saying here. You tell me. All right, so you got stairs that come up to this whole side of this building right here. And is that because, just like on the side where there's those windows, is there windows or doors down below there? Let's take a look at what this is. I guess it's wood, it looks like. It's an old post office. And another arch. And it's got a porthole there. And you've got your below ground level windows down around this side. And why does a post office need that necessarily? It's really interesting. And boom, you've got the same old stuff. Let's see if there's any sign in here that there was something older, something here before they said it was. Well, right there, you've got what looks like stone. See that? Now this brick in here, I wonder if it's the same brick that we're looking at on the outside. Look at that, they don't even use it today, guys. So what is it for? If they didn't use it now when the population's 6,000 or 8,000 and it was built when there was 3,000, just doesn't make any sense that they're not using it. Look, there used to be a window right there. It's been patched in. Man, I'd love to see if we can, and look at that right there. What do you think that is? That looks to me like either the top of a window or the bottom of a window. Right there. It's interesting. Let's go around the rest of this. This is the way a lot of these post offices look, just like that. They've got a Mudflood window right there below this window that they decided to keep. Interesting, isn't it? Let's go check out the Zion's Bank real quick. Just want to show you. Now the Zion's Bank, it's got this flat stone all around it. And the Zion's Bank used to be owned by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints until the, I want to say the 70s. And then they sold it. But look at what you have here. You have a Mudflood window down there. Now what is that doing there exactly? And they put some ventilation along it. But I bet you if we look inside here, we're going to see brick if they haven't covered it over inside there. No, they can't see anything. So you got this flat rock, and then look what they've done down the side. And there's no doubt in my mind that there used to be on a lot of these buildings that look like this prairie style. This is called prairie style. That they used to have arches, like multiple levels of arches. And when they found these buildings, that was kind of the sign that they knew when they saw the, when the people were seeing the arches, they're like, oh, that's one of the old buildings. So what they like to do is break those arches out and square them off and maybe re-facade over with brick and sell them for more than it actually cost them to do. And they got really good at making things look modern. And so in this case, what they did is they just let's say that there was an arch right there, there was an arch right there, and there was an arch right there. They just broke them all out and did this right here and said, oh yeah, this is modern, this is prairie style. But if we were really to get behind there, we're probably gonna see yellow brick behind this brick, and we would have seen arches. But here's again another couple mudflood windows down here turned into vents, and you can see how thick this is, but it's definitely attached to brick behind there, guys. So just really interesting. Yep. And you know, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you know, you're gonna be cleaning bricks up to try to save money, because labor is gonna be cheap out in the middle of nowhere, 1,000 miles from civilization. So anyway, that's Zion's Bank. I'm gonna take you around over here, and I think that will wrap this town up. I'll be right back. All right, so this is where we started, right over here across the street. Just gonna hit some more of these buildings across the street real quick, see what we find. But you can see that they have these huge doors, and you can kind of see the ceiling in there, just beautiful tin ceiling. And it's tall, it's probably somewhere around 12, 13 feet. Big old doors with walked-in windows above, arch windows up top, arch windows again right here. And they've put in a crappy fake stone facade over this. Look at what we have here. This is pretty. Got stone going up the whole side there. Oh my, yes. Honestly, got stone. They got an old stone building right here, guys. Looks like they've done something right here to block something in, it looks like. But look what you have right here. Isn't that something? Is that the way you build? This is awesome. So, what do we have in here? Are you able to see? Some type of... Uh-oh. Hold on a second. All right, I think I fixed it. Not really sure what you can see back there. I'm looking with you guys. But look at that. There's no way. That goes a lot deeper than what we're seeing there now. This is an old sandstone building. We've got an old brick building right beside it here. Not really seeing anything here. So this looks like it was up against another building at one time, likely. But look, we've got some arches back in here, so this is going to be cool to check out. But look at that. You've got a buried window there, and it used to have a screen on it, and it's just covered in there. You got a big, beautiful header above it, all hewn. You have an arch sitting in the side right here with hewn stones as well. Yep, this right here makes sense. They didn't find it this way. This is how they wanted it. All right, now let's take a look at what we have here. So you have, look how deep this building goes right here. Like there's another level of brick inside there, and that's 2 levels in. Wow. Got your old yellow brick. And they've blocked this baby in. Isn't that interesting? That is interesting. So it used to come straight down right there. Sorry guys, stupid gimbal. And that just keeps going, and look. All right, let's see here. You've got 1 arch back there, 2 arches, 3 arches, 4 arches, 5 arches, just like that. And they put this wall right over it for no reason to hide that. Isn't that something? Beautiful old world brick. And this is the old stuff, it looks like to me, guys. This is this brick that lasts forever. Beautiful. And you put your cinder block in front of it. All right, let's come around this stone building here. See what else we got. So you really, above the sidewalk right now, it looks like we're about 3 or 4 feet in elevation. And you've got arches all over the back of this building. That is something. Brick chimney right here. Got a patched in door that's only 4.5, 5 feet tall. Got some type of something here. This is the old stuff right here, the old yellow brick. And you've got a little shack on the back with 2 windows right here, been blocked in. Look at that. You've got an old arch up there. You see it behind the swamp cooler? And it comes all the way down to right here. There used to be a door right there and into there. That is just something. Let's go around the back of this building and see what we find. You got more. You got another arch right here. See it? Hiding behind the cinder block. Let's see if I can get you in there. You're seeing it before me right now. Wow. So there's that. All right, I'm gonna go back around and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm gonna come around here. I saw some more arches on the other side of this. So I'll figure I'd just turn it on now. No parking. All right, sorry about the wind, guys. I did buy a little mic, but a little bit of learning curve, so. Look at this, you've got 1 arch, 2 arches, 3, and they broke that into 1 big window there. And then down below here, you have another arch, a big arch right there that they've made all that in, and another arch. That is something, isn't it? And then you got your shack here. You got arches all over this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right below. 1 right below. That's a little bit different spot, but there's another arch below that arch. And what is this? That's kind of preserved there. Pretty cool, huh? Interesting. So there's the back side of that. So interesting. All right, I'm gonna head back around the corner over here. I'll be right back. All right, so there's that stone building that we came in here. We went around over there and checked out those arches. So let's finish off this block. I just ran into a building over here I wanted to show you with arches all over it. Big old arches. It's really interesting. And so we'll walk around this, and I think that will be pretty close to finish for this town unless I see something on the way out. I got a blocked-in arch there, stuck over all this, all that yellow brick. Looks like if you look at that brick right there, they took it from somewhere on the building and put it in there. I mean, it's a perfect match, you know. And they're doing some type of construction here, building something here. So we'll check that out. Got a little arch here for a little tiny door. We're gonna come around to the inside, to the front of that in just a sec. Just wanted to hit that and see what if there's anything hiding here. Garage. So look at this beauty. Now they've got these huge arches here, and they blocked this one in. Done something, put something there. Interesting. A lot of times when you see these stairs down at the bottom of the building, something to pay attention to, I think, because they definitely didn't build this on top of this pebble mix concrete foundation. So just interesting. Look at this weirdness. They've got some type of shelter here hiding stuff, but they've got an arch right there, window below it. So this has all been blocked in. Used to be a big old door, it looks like, right there, because you can see the line right there and right there. You see that? And then they've turned this arch, blocked that in, turned it into a coal chute. So it's an interesting foundation around this building. Yeah, now so this town right now has about 8,000 people living here. And they still have empty buildings. Pretty interesting, isn't it? They've got this fake foundation they've put along the bottom of this. That's interesting. You got that little divot down there, like there used to be a window right there. But just arches. Just beautiful if you open those all up and put windows, full-size windows and doors in those. What a piece of property. All brick. You've got these little divots in here, as if there used to be a basement in there or something. And it does have wood floors in it. This is for rent right here. Wow. And so let's keep going. And then it stops right there and connects into this other building. I don't know what we're looking at here. It has little flower pots down the sides there. This is who knows what we're looking at here. But we're right across from this old world looking building over here. And this is where we started, right over here. Let's take a look inside this building where they're working on right here and see if we see anything, and then we'll close it down. And this is all new. Big old arch that they put in there. Big old arch in the back. Really cool rafters there. Huh. Well, that is Richfield, Utah. I'm gonna drive around, and if I don't see anything, that's that. Thanks for watching. All right, so while I was editing this Richfield video and doing a little research, I realized that I missed a couple really important buildings, at least one really important building. And so I'm driving back out to hit this building before putting this video out. But I just wanted to kind of show you the terrain around here. Here's Richfield right here, out here in the valley. You can see it out there. And but you can see you've got these mud hills on this side, and you got these mountains on that side. So in a mud, in a rain event, you can imagine that this whole little area could get flooded with mud out here. And anyway, just wanted to show you that. and I'll be right back. Okay, I've driven back because I missed this building right here, and I wanted to see if there's any mudflood evidence on this building. And so if you look, right down here at the red light is Main Street where we were, down here. And this is just 2 blocks west of Main Street is this huge Latter-day Saint church. So let's just take a walk around it and see what we find. But right off the bat, I just think we're seeing all kinds of weirdness here. So you have 2 sets of stairs that come up, which looks about 9 or 10 feet up there. And then you have a door underneath this huge arch up there. Something just doesn't seem right here. So you have doors that come underneath and doors that come above. So let's just check this out and see what we think. Right off the bat, I can tell you that they've got that old Freemason brick around this building. Really interesting. We got concrete. We got a pebble mix concrete. This is all concrete here. So that's interesting as well. So let's just check it out and see what we find. Look at that. They've got some curved pieces here that I've never seen before, but it's definitely that lined brick. And this right here is wood. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. And this right here looks like it might be granite or a granite cast. And that kind of looks like that might actually be more likely what it is. Huh. These are also hollow and wood pillars. So let's just see what we got here. Big old church. Let's start over here. We've got these big ground level windows here. And it is interesting to me that it looks like they've done something different down in this lower area where basically it comes straight down and then curves outward towards us, one level of brick here. And if you think about that, that gives you the ability to block in doors, block in windows, recreate this building into something that you want, and trace maybe the previous level of brick with what you've got here. And then it comes out further, one more level down here with more pebble mix concrete. Ground level windows. Got this sidewalk all around here, which is interesting. And so you've got the air conditioning unit in here. And more ground level windows. Hard to tell exactly what we're looking at here, but I think it's worth looking at. Swamp cooler up there. This is interesting over here. You've got a building with these vents, venting the lower level here. So we'll check that out. And it also has the Freemason brick on it. Interesting. Makes you wonder if it's wrapping something. So let's keep going here. So we've got two levels of brick here. We've got this lower level, and then we've got a newer type brick. See that? Where it meets right there in the middle of the screen. A bit more uniform up top. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's keep going here. So you've got a steel set of stairs going up to what was once a window, and they blocked this window in right there. So who knows? Let's keep going here. Hoping that there was somewhere on this building that they gave us a hole or something that we could look into to see if there's a yellow brick back in there. And you can see how thick this is. I mean, it goes in there quite a ways. So we've come all the way around to where we started. Got like a octagonal porthole up here above that window. So let's see if there's anything on the side of these stairs. Okay, so there's no vents on the sides of these stairs on this side. Let's come around the other side here and see what we got going on here. This looks like fake granite, is what it looks like. And there is windows on the porch. So that's interesting. It has a really short ceiling in there. See that? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come around the side, and I just want to show you inside this door right here that you come in and you walk down, which looks like about 4 or 5 feet, or you can go up these side stairs up to the upper level, and it looks like there's another level above that. So what we're looking at here is 1, 2, a 3-level church here. Very rare in the LDS church to have 3 levels of church, I think. I'll be right back. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't really see anything on this side of this building, but I thought that is interesting that they added this little thing there in the middle of this building, which looks a lot older than the rest of this building. So it does make me wonder if this is a wrap, if they've wrapped an old building here with this new stone. We've got a little mailbox. Unfortunately, it goes all the way through, so we can't see if there's another layer of brick in there. Yeah, it is very strange that they have these vents along this, which leads me to believe that there is a basement in this building. And let's just take a look at it real quick, see if we see anything. I'm telling you, the LDS Church, they're the best in the business. at having covered up this mud flood. So they've raised this up right here to that level. It's interesting. And you've got these little vents. I wonder if there's any clues in there, but they're not really gonna see inside those. Unfortunately, they've got screens back in there, you see. Oh, maybe here. No. Not really seeing it, unfortunately. All right, I'll be right back. So there's like a monument here in the yard. I wanted to catch that. So near this spot in 1865, a rock fort was built as a protection from Indians. It was a cooperative project. Each man who owned a city lot built one rod of the wall, which was 3.5 feet thick at base, 12 feet high, 1 foot at top. There were portholes at intervals, wooden gates on the east side. Men stood guard at all times. They gave signals using a white flag by day and a drum by night. After 1878, the bell atop this monument hung in Academy Hall. It rang for church, school, and other occasions. Huh. There's a bell up there. Interesting.
It is.
Wow.
Go over that way, there's the Carnegie Library and also the First Presbyterian Church. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen the First Presbyterian. Is it old?
Yes.
Oh, where is that? Like how many blocks that way?
Off of Main and down. It's just over a little bit. There's one of the hotels, one of the older hotels.
Okay.
And it's just right there behind it. It's probably no bigger than this lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then this church over here is pretty old over here. It
That's
looks
the
like.
Tabernacle.
Okay.
Richfield Tabernacle.
Now, did they
purpose it?
Yeah, I mean not repurpose it, but like, looks like they renovated it with new brick at some point.
At one point, yes, they did.
And they just like traced the old building with new brick, basically, right?
Yes.
And it has a basement. It looks like it has a basement.
It wasn't really a basement.
Just kind of a half basement,
yes.
Like half floor. Oh, yeah. So cool. Awesome. What color was the old building before they covered it with the new brick? You know?
I'm not sure.
Oh, just interesting.
My brother lives down here, so he could tell me this.
I'll have to just look at some old photos and see. It's interesting stuff. So cool.
Yeah,
just curious, just through town touring it.
There is. I wish they had the thing open for you because you could go and see the. There's quite a few. You have the Carnegie Library. If you stopped, you could ask one of the restaurants or one of the gas stations where the Presbyterian Church is in the library.
Okay, yeah.
There's the lime kiln. If you go straight up here and don't go on the freeway, you'll see the lime kiln, and they have a display there.
Oh, really? Cool.
So you can see that.
Is that where they built the brick from, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Presbyterian Church is just down here a few blocks?
Yeah, just down there. I'd just stop at one of the gas stations and ask them where it is. I can't. I'm not from this area, but I know where I can drive you there.
Oh, no worries. I'll find it. It's a small town. Hey, appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. All right, cool. So that was a cool monument. That's the storyline on this town. I'll be right back. Okay. So just on my way out of town and stopped by this building and knocked, and luckily there was a guy inside and he's taking us on a tour on the inside, so I'll show you that in just a second. But isn't this just interesting the way that this is set up? So you've got some scaffolding, or actually it looks like pallet racking that they've made a balcony out of with a door right here. So really interesting. That's right in the middle, right? And you've got these ground level windows all along it. We'll come around this side and I'll show you this little area here. But isn't it interesting that they would make it that way with these ground level windows all the way around it? And I think inside there we saw what looked like maybe a door, like one of these was a door at one time. So anyway, and it's got Has these interesting markings up on it right there. I thought that was interesting. But ground level windows all the way around it. Locked in window right here. Shed back here. And here's that coal chute that I'll show you the inside of on that tour. And we do have this door that comes down right there, right beside it, into this area right here. So that's why that all looked new, because it is all new underneath there. And look at this. Isn't this interesting? Blocked in windows here that go down way deeper than they do on the other side. Guys, that's a 6-foot window right there. All of these are 6-foot windows, which would lead me to believe that the windows around the front were 6-foot windows, and now they've just made them into ground level. Beautiful arches, coin down the side there. You can see the stone, what it looks like here, and just beautiful. Really reinforced there. It looks like with concrete, so somebody's reinforced it. And you can see that those are 6-foot windows down there. So interesting. They've used concrete, so they've dug those out and exposed the whole windows on this side. And then there's a couple more windows there. Isn't it interesting how the windows are larger on this side and then ground level around the rest of it, as if possibly that they all used to be like that, and then they made them shorter. Yeah, interesting, you know? Yeah, sure. Here's another window here. I wonder if that went down as deep as the others. And it does appear that kind of does look like brick down there. And big old window that's been blocked in right there, and then they've used some type of adobe up top. Just beautiful. And look at that, they got a blocked in window right there. See that? So interesting. And then on this side, they've got these deeper 6-foot. In fact, these are even deep. These look deeper, a little bit deeper than the others. So interesting. I mean, did they basically find a building and dig these areas out? That's what it looks like to me. Okay, so then right here, look at that. You've got a little crawl space here that they've put. Maybe. I don't know really what they're doing. They just don't want people to fall down in there, I guess. But they've blocked in a window right there. They blocked this window in, left this window. And then they've blocked in this window. And look at what we're looking at here, guys. You got the old yellow brick. So just leaves a lot more questions than answers. Beautiful arches all along down this side. Gosh, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on with this stupid gimbal. We've got a yellow brick. We've got a blocked in window right there. Looks to me like, not really sure what we're looking at. So we've got really deteriorated coin here. So it's like one level of it has been just didn't stand up as well as the rest right there. You see that? Big old arch right here. And I'll show you the inside now. And that is Richfield, Utah. Thanks for watching.